Now, GTA 4 is by far the darkest GTA game that Rockstar has made, especially after playing Vice City and San Andreas, games that are of a completely different atmosphere. Playing GTA 4 is different, and in the beginning of playing it I was kind of torn apart. I didn't quite like it because I didn't feel so welcome. But somehow, after playing the game, I gotta say it works better than most games that I've played. So here is why the darkest GTA game works so incredibly well. So the tone and atmosphere of GTA 4 is completely different from the rest of the series. If you look at GTA Vice City, for example, you got Vice City with the palm trees, the sunshine, all the beaches, completely different. Even San Andreas with Las Venturas, obviously, with Los Santos, the heat, the sun. And now you have Liberty City that, even compared, in my opinion, to GTA 3's Liberty City, is much more dark. The tone of GTA 4, it feels cold, it feels depressing and unforgiving. And guys, you are a broken man in this game. You are not Tommy Vercetti, that is a guy, from the top to the bottom. You're not CJ, a gang member from Los Santos. You are a man that has survived a war, that has seen crazy things, and now you're in this new city that has broken itself, and you're trying to survive in that. And let me tell you, in the beginning I was really thinking, like, why did they do that? I don't like the way that the atmosphere is talking to me. I don't really feel welcome. But now, after playing the game more and more and finishing it, I gotta say, I think that really is the point. Because the color palette in this game is kind of washed out. Because the world is cramped, the sky is gray most of the time, and it feels like the city itself kind of wants to crush you, And Rockstar is known for its realism, for its great atmospheres, and it really ditched that cartoonish fun for the gritty realism, that fun that we used to have in the prior games, as I said, especially Vice City and San Andreas. And in this game, criminals aren't cool. They're miserable, they're desperate, they're dangerous, and you really feel how gritty this game is and how tough it also is. But when talking about the dark side of GTA 4, you obviously gotta talk about the protagonist, Nico Bellic, who is by far the most tragic GTA protagonist. I don't know if there will be any protagonists in GTA 5 that come close to him, but I gotta say, I doubt it, because he isn't a power fantasy. He's a traumatized war veteran that is really trying to escape his past, and he isn't really chasing money or fame. You can really see throughout the game that he's chasing peace, and that, in my opinion, makes him very unique in GTA. Obviously, he's trying to survive, he's trying to earn money, but he's got those big problems regarding the war, regarding the things that he has seen. I'll make a full video about Nico Bellic because I think it was one of the best protagonists that I've seen in recent years that I've played. And every time he tries to do the right thing, the world pulls him back into violence. And his dialogue as well, it isn't funny, it isn't flashy. Of course, there are a couple of times where it is, but mostly it's sad, it's reflective, and somehow just painful, And he's constantly wrestling with guilt, revenge, and survival. And also, when you look at the other characters that we meet in the game, whether it's Dwayne, for example, whether it's Packy, Roman, they're not just, those sidekicks or those funny side characters. They're broken people too. Obviously, Nico Bellic is really the prime example on and reflects this atmosphere of GTA's Liberty City perfectly, in my opinion. But this is the most realistic interpretation of Liberty City that was made. If you compare it to GTA 3, that was also darker than Vice City, for example, San Andreas. In my opinion, it's not even comparable to GTA 4's Liberty City. There's trash everywhere. The buildings are cramped. You feel sometimes even claustrophobic, especially in those areas at the top in Harlem. You really feel that dark atmosphere. Obviously, in Algonquin, we have also some regions surrounding the Central Park, surrounding Times Square, where it's different, and especially when the lighting is good, you feel pretty nice, you know. It's not as dark. But most of the world, and especially the beginnings also, it's not that, man. It's not something that you can compare to Vice City, for example. Even San Andreas mostly really felt like a playground. In Liberty City, it doesn't feel like that. It feels like the world is a system that just doesn't give a shit about you. And what's even more insane, in my opinion, is the immersion, because pedestrians sometimes, they aren't colorful, comedic NPCs. They're tired, they're angry, stressed, and everything feels heavy, you know. The physics, the cars, it really reinforces the tone of the whole game. And obviously when you play this story, it isn't a story about rising to power. It's really a story about consequences. And I mean, spoiler alert, but we know that there is no happy endings in this game. Both endings are tragic, where Nico loses people he loves no matter what, and there's no complete victory, there's kind of survival. And this story is very rare in gaming, and Rockstar didn't want you to feel powerful, you know. In Vice City, for example, I felt like this unstoppable force, like the chosen one. In Liberty City, I felt human, you know, with Nico Bellic's problems, with his consequences due to the war and his traumas. And no matter what, he loses people he loves. And I think that, while I didn't like it, obviously, while playing it, it really makes the game much more powerful. And so in my opinion, one of the main reasons that makes the darkness in this game so great is the emotional weight. You really feel the world, you feel the decisions, the losses that you have to go through. It's not all fun like in the other games the open worlds are. It's really meaningful. The darkness is what makes the story kind of unforgettable for me. And in the beginning of playing the game, I was definitely not the biggest fan, because I like great atmospheres with great lighting, with you know, all of that kind of happy open world that we had in San Andreas and that we had in Vice City. But after playing the game more and more, and after learning about Nico Bellic more and more, and about his past and his problems, I thought this might be one of the greatest atmospheres in the entire series. And I don't think that and this is kind of a risk also for every gaming developer, because most gamers want to have those beautiful open world with a great lighting, with the sunshine, with the palm trees as well. But this one is different. It's a tough one. It's a really deep and emotionally packed story that wouldn't really make sense in Vice City, for example. And obviously, when you're driving through Liberty City sometimes and the sun is shining, it looks incredible, don't get me wrong. But still, it is a completely different vibe compared to most games that you'll play. And as I said, the story just makes perfect sense in this exact open world. And so GTA 4 is definitely the darkest GTA ever made, but that is why it works so well, because it's raw, it's emotional, it's heavy, and most importantly, it is honest. And in a world today full of flashy modern open worlds, GTA 4 really stands out for me. It kind of tries and also dares to be uncomfortable, but that is what makes this game so special. And with the story that we have surrounding the great protagonist that is Nico Bellic, I wouldn't want it any other way. And Tommy Vercetti, for example, with his story, wouldn't make such a great protagonist like Nico Bellic did, with all of his problems and traumas that he had to go through in the game and before that. But as I said, I'll make a full video surrounding Nico Bellic, because damn, I was so surprised on how great this protagonist actually was. After CJ, I didn't think there would be a protagonist that would come close in the GTA games, but damn. We'll be starting GTA 5 soon, but before that I'll be reviewing the protagonist of the game. We'll review it completely, whether it's worth it in today's day and age. So as I said, subscribe to the channel if you don't want to miss those videos. And tell me your opinions on GTA 4's dark tone. Did you like it as well? Was it also so uncomfortable for you at times, because especially in the beginning I didn't know what it was, but you really feel the weight of the world on your shoulders sometimes. And while I didn't like it in the beginning, after playing it, it was an incredible experience and something new kind of, because most modern games are completely different and don't dare to choose that dark tone that Liberty City in GTA 4 had. So as I said, tell me your opinions in the comments and I'll be very happy to read those. Alright guys, that was it for me in today's video. I wish you all an amazing day. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.